Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
What's up, my name bugs? It's your boy Coder from the Elestronauts Classic. I'm here with the guys. I'm here with Josh. I'm here with Swolax. The Classic. What happened? Obviously, there was a tournament. There was a webcam tournament. We all know there was a webcam tournament. And of course, as every webcam tournament where one of us enters, one of us won. And would you believe it's Josh?
So I played this deck because fives and crabs is boring. It's not fun.
True.
Not a good
Real.
time. If you watched our last video that we posted, it was the fives crabs deck that I went undefeated in Swiss with at the app tournament, and I decided I didn't want to do that again. So I wanted to bring something that I thought would be a good off-meta pick that would destroy any deck that was trying to beat the fives deck, and then have something that might have like a 50-50 into the fives crab matchup, which ended up being Earth Nexus. Not even like Earth Beat, but like focusing on the Nexus mechanic.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that this is the best deck because you won with it, or do you still believe that the crab deck is by far the best deck for the Frostfall meta?
Oh, crabs is the best deck, like 100%. It's not close.
Okay.
And I think the tournament representation too shows that too. 75% of top cut, right?
Yeah,
was
75%.
crabs.
6 out of 8 decks in Top Cut was crabs. There was one like water stall heal deck, and then there was you on the earth.
That being said, who knew Sparkit was keeping so much out of, the meta? Crabs being like, Sparkit's banning enabled crabs like this insanely boring force. And in retaliation, Josh, you decided to bring like another monster. So let's get into the list. What did you bring? So obviously on top is crabs.
Yeah.
Still.
So crabs is acceptable in a list like this, because it's not crabs, it's Earth. So the things that are really cool about this list, and as I put more cards out, it just looks like fives. It's just fives. Until we get to the cool card.
Oh, new card!
Yeah,
new card!
Cool, new card.
Pog! I'm pogging!
New card alert.
I'm pogging! This is not a crabs card!
Okay, Sparkit was like the best Nexus Celestial hands down. There's no combating that statement.
I disagree. Aphoros is crazy. Sorry.
I disagree. But now Equilynx kind of fills the role as the new best Elestral, at least currently in like the Frostfall meta. Because outing back row, especially into the fives matchup, gets rid of a lot of the protection that makes fives good. Yeah. Like a Tsunami, PTAs, even Gorgons, keeping multiple fives on the board means that they win the game just on the spot because you can't deal with the amount of offensive pressure that they have. Lynx lets you push through those boards much easier to the point that they can't defend themselves.
Yeah, outside of the runes, big exclusion from this is one particular Earth darling, which is Rummagem. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. No Rummy Gummy. So
Blasphemy.
found out that card's actually bad.
No, it's not.
That card is not good. Especially because fives are good. Rummagem will never stay on the board, so you're always a turn behind. Mm-hmm. Every single time that you're searching, now you have to play into a board instead of establishing your own. So it's just not good. It's just too slow. If it had like 5 defense like Somoltuga, yes, Rummagem would be good. But the fact that the 3 defense is on the card means that it just doesn't do enough. It only has one role, and that is to search. I think moving on to like the other packages in the deck, a lot of consistency.
Surely he's
So
not
we have,
playing
like,
Ash
the-
Rabbit. No way!
Sure, we're back to fives.
What?
We're back to fives.
Rabbit! Why would you play this card? This is a niche off-meta pick. What the fuck?
Other consistency cards. Shocker, we're playing Chick for the Demeters. Only 2 Demeter. I know, Kevin, you've had a lot of pushback on this, and you want to play 3 because you want to pair it with the Equilynx.
Yeah.
I didn't have any issues seeing this card or like getting to it. I think the only time that it felt really bad was when I actually got Gorgons on an Elechick, but 2 Demeter felt fine because I never needed the second anyway. The goal is just to get to 1, not seeing multiples.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
disagree with the 2. Like, I know in my Thunder deck, I was also cutting Zeus down to 2 and stuff like that lately. But the big reason why I chose to play Demeter at 3 in my list, because our lists for this tournament had literally 2 differences in cards. One of those differences was that I played 3 Demeter instead of 2. And the reason why was because I wanted to maximize the odds of seeing Equilynx Demeter together. And because we weren't playing Rummagem, I'm like, okay, like I have to hard draw into the links. So if I do, I want to immediately have the Demeter access almost every single time I see links. That was the logic behind it. I think there's merit to both of those. I don't think it's a bad call to drop it to 2.
Yeah, I was also on a similar wavelength. I think that I was playing 3 Demeter, but I will say every time that I sided out 1 Demeter almost every single time for like an extra counter rune or something else that I needed. Because like I think the same logic there for Thunder, where it's like it's kind of expensive. 1, 2. The idea is like, yeah, you only really need to or want to resolve it once. The extra is just for flair.
Yeah, I completely agree. And the next package, which was not played in this way, kind of complements the fact that you're only playing 2 Demeter, and that's playing 1 copy of Jolton, just 1 copy because we needed more guys, and then 2 copies of Forest. In practice, I never used the Forest's boost effect, which I thought it was going to, especially into 5s. I thought that like making Vis or Crab a 6 or a 7 was going to matter more, and it just didn't. So this was always just a free like 1 Spirit Nexus bank for an Equilynx to pop a back row. Or an Altar. Oh yeah, also Altar, which, spoiler alert, we're playing Altar. So we're now gonna get to the controversial stuff in here where I'm gonna get yelled at in this call. So 3 Earthquake.
Oh, I thought you were about
This
to
is
say
not
1
a point of
Earthquake.
contention. This
Good.
is the best removal
3
card.
Earthquake is good.
And then we're going to talk about an even better removal card.
Ben, kill him.
It's always live.
It's always live. I don't
not.
know what to say. Resting is phenomenal. You need at least 5 ways of rune Elestral removal in your deck. So you need to play 2 copies of Resting. Everybody was telling me that this card was dead all day. It's always live. So I'm gonna say some real controversial stuff.
Oh no.
It's
And I'm gonna yap a little bit.
It's always
So, okay, no, it's not that it's always live. I'm done saying that bit. Here's the issue that I have with the playing around Laurels argument. Is if you are only having 1 spirit on the field, you are losing this game.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
If you play passive, you are not going to put enough pressure, especially against a deck like this, to keep up. It's like there wasn't a single time that I got Laurels and I cared.
Correct.
So
He's goated.
because people were playing more passive or on like more stally strategies, this card wasn't live as much. But because it wasn't live as much, that also still meant that I was winning the game.
So, Josh, how many of the best time card in the game are you playing?
Oh, I mean, you gotta play 3.
Absolutely.
I'll be honest, didn't activate it a ton.
Yes, you did. What are you
don't
saying?
say that.
Yes, you did.
I don't think that I activated more than 1 a game.
Oh, actually,
okay.
no,
Yeah,
you're
that's
so
fine.
right.
Yeah.
Everyone should cut Ambrosia down to 1. Stop playing this card. This card is bad.
That's not what I'm saying.
No,
I'm
that's
just
what
saying that
I'm
this.
gaslighting them. Hey, stop playing this card. I don't want to
Yeah, stop
losing in time.
Stop playing Ambrosia. Yeah, no.
I have a very similar experience. I think that I resolved maybe maximum. There was like 1 game where I played 2, but other than that, there was very rare time because your spirits are on board, right?
Yeah,
So
you're paying with your board most of the time.
This card is maxi.
Which was great. I think the last thing to talk about is the counter rune lineup,
Yep.
which is very different. And I think we can talk about this. I know, Kevin, you and I had different counter rune ratios.
I just played 1
the
extra PTA than you did. That's all
Yeah, I
did.
think it was just that was it. So, but 3 Gorgons, mandatory, best counter rune. Okay, I can't even say best counter rune because we're going to talk about the best counter rune in a second. But 2 tip, it's okay. 2 shield, also just okay. The first time I've ever played only 2 tsunami.
this one's crazy.
I've always played 3.
I think
And
this is
then-
correct just because Tsunami plays poorly into 5s. That's
Into
That's
5s,
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then 3 of the best counter rune ever printed.
So good.
Altar. Oh my god.
Altar is
This-
is amazing.
Whoa.
It's so good.
In this deck in particular, I have never seen a more aggressive counter rune. So for those of you that might not know, I just wanted to do like a quick example of like this card in action. But the real power plays are with Vis and Moss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Alter. So we're gonna see a lot of this in Daybreak with like a card like Argo, where like you attack into something and then you just lose the game because of Argo. A lot of people were attacking into Vis and Moss
While they're in defense.
So while they're in defense, because of, like the Vis effect puts the new one in defense, and then Moss automatically puts himself to defense, so they look like really easy targets to run over. And then you alter them, and they lose on the spot.
Yeah,
they
you just
cannot
you just
come
turn
back.
Your Vis to attack. They force their guy to crash, and then you get another Vis off it, and it's just like free
You also
plus.
hit them for a damage because this has 2 spirits on it.
Or even worse than that, like if you put a spirit on your Mosstacean, it buffs your Mosstacean up to an 8 because he has 2 earth underneath it, 10 if you have Foloi up, and then they crash into it, take a damage, and Mosstacean only turns to defense if it declared an attack, not if it battled, meaning that you then on your, for the rest of their battle phase is basically blanked because you have an 8 that they can't walk over with fucking anything. Not even Waylance walks over it. Waylance with its big 8 attack. But then after that, on your turn, your Mosstacean is like still an attack, so you're just like good to go. Just keep doing it. And then after that, they're scared to swing into it because, oh my god, he has back row. It could be an altar. What the fuck?
Well, not even that too, but like most of the time that they were swinging over something, it was because they only had 1 Elestral on board. Cool. Now you have 0, and I get to attack for like 3 or 4 on the crackback. And like, unless you have Tsunami specifically, you are losing the game. There were also some really cool plays that this enabled too to help play around Tsunami. So like, there were some times that it would water enchant a chick, and then go like combat, and I go like chick over something, and they're like, oh, well, I'm not going to Tsunami right now because you're attacking with the water chick. And then I would attack with Vis, and they'd go Tsunami, cool, alter, take the spirit off the chick, put it onto the Vis. It's a water Vis now.
Attack over your thing.
Attack over your thing. Change your thing to attack. Good. Like, lose. Real quick, reveal for Imperial. Anyways, I think Spirit Math, just real quick, is just, I think, 12 Turretless. Yeah, 12.
I also differed on this. I played 13
5,
Turretless, and I played 2
3.
Leviathan.
Yeah, 12, 5, 3 for everything. Third Water Spirit did come up a lot, personally. So let's go over to the side. We're playing 1 of each of the counter runes that we weren't playing 3 of. Because each of these do well into specific matchups.
PTA always goes in when you go first.
Yeah, PTA always goes in when you're going first, especially into 5s, where like your guys are all big, and then theirs just can't swing over yours, so it's just free value, and it outs Rabbit. Shield is also decent into 5s as well, although like not the greatest, so this doesn't always go in. This goes in against like more aggressive strategies. Siding 3rd copy of Demeter, never sided it. Sided the 2 Lava Lifts that Swole was playing in the main. I can't believe I'm saying it. I never played them.
Yeah, I just didn't play this. I don't think it's worth it in this deck. It didn't feel needed.
I thought then like, oh, I need like the 4th and 5th copy of Equilynx, and I didn't. Which was crazy. And then for the MVPs, we got the Boom Bat. This was like a last second inclusion. Very glad that I did. This card was incredible.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And then also thank you for the Verdolith.
You're welcome. Verdolith is so good in this deck, bro. It's insane.
It's unbelievable.
Against the Water Stall deck, this card is fucked. Like, for real.
Yeah, well, they can't win.
Yeah.
They literally cannot win. If you stick Verdolith to the board, because most of the time your guys are staying up, you can just ascend into this. You don't need the spirit differential. And even if they are on the stall stuff and they're healing a ton, you're going to get to the differential anyway. Yeah. And then they can't out a 7 without either PTAing it on the cast, which feels terrible because it's a Verdolith. And then Boombat, obviously crazy. Never actually used it for it's just like, just cast it, kill it. I think I did that once. I was always ascending this over a chick or a rabbit. Yeah. So it was always staying on board, which then forced out either Laurels or Earthquakes, or it stuck around and you win the game.
Yeah, it threatens so much because they can't play a defensive play after that. They have to go offense and go into the Boombat. And then if you have any counter rune, you just tell them, like, okay, well, I mean, I get free removal on my turn. Let's go.
But yeah, the list to me, overperformed, did way better than I personally expected it to do. Turns out Alter is a really good card.
Yeah, 6-0 in Swiss. Only dropped one game in Top Cut.
Yeah, I dropped one game the entire day, and that was to Chips. Yo, shout out to Chips.
That was a Chips.
He gave me a run for my money.
God, he's so good.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
He's too good. The Frostfall meta was so unfun. I hope Daybreak is like so much more fun than Frostfall was.
I think that
well, yeah, so Frostfall. Frostfall was Thunder Nexus, Thunder Nexus, Thunder Nexus, Thunder Nexus. Ban Spark it. 5. Oh my fucking god. Give me some deck diversity.
It really was
for the
that,
love
wasn't
of God.
it?
Yes, it was. Give me some deck diversity, and I believe Daybreak will. So I think I did not enjoy the Frostfall format. I didn't enjoy the Frostfall meta. I think Daybreak is shaping up to be a really fun format. So I'm excited for that.
I disagree. Yeah, I thought that winning a tournament in Frostfall was awesome. So thus makes it the best
I
format.
agree.
It feels great, right?
I didn't win one in Frostfall, bro. I got second against both of y'all, so fuck you.
That's true. No, I think honestly, I don't. Outside of format stuff, I think my only big complaint is actually structural, and I'm not trying to take shots at the team or anything.
Take the shot.
It's mainly that I think that there needs to be a little more closer look at this 2 out of 3 format. I think that 2 out of 3 time rules, I think that some of these things are starting to come to a head. They've been different for different tournaments, and I think that Frostfall is probably the time to experiment with that. I think that's a very normal thing to do, but it definitely affected the play experience pretty widely, I will say. Especially compared to Best of 1, which they definitely had more experience with kind of trimmed it out. So again, my only big thing is structurally. Outside of that, I didn't really have a problem with like the true meta. I think that even in the Thunder Nexus side, we did have a lot of pretty good diversity. Yeah, the crab stuff towards the end is a little uninspiring, but that's like, I like 5s, so I'm a little biased. But that's I guess my main thought about it. I don't know. What about you, Josh?
No, I mean, I would think I would tend to agree. Like, as much as we complained about the Thunder Nexus stuff, and as much as I'm happy that Spark It is gone, I think the way that the meta has developed, to the point that, like, Crabs is a good deck, is just very comical to me. But I don't think that the Crab meta has been such a detriment to the game that it's a problem. I think it's also a little bit of like recency bias that like, oh, it's been doing well, so more people are also playing the deck instead of other things that happen to be good. I mean, like for example, like Crabs has not won a tournament yet. I think though that Frostfall has now determined what the bar is for what a good deck should be, and I think that Crabs and 5s in general have now set that bar where either 5s is the best deck in the game, which right now it currently is, but going into Daybreak now, either your deck is better than 5s, or like it's not really a deck. And I think having a barometer like that is a good thing.
To really bookend this, and outside of congratulations, Josh, on this Frostfall win, and
Thanks,
hopefully
man.
to many more Daybreak wins. What decks are you guys looking forward to in Daybreak? Give me like 1 or 2.
I don't want to spoil too much, because obviously we have profiles coming on the channel.
Absolutely. Stay
Subscribe!
tuned.
Subscribe to the channel right now if you want to watch cool deck profiles of dope Daybreak meta decks and shit. Subscribe to us and so get us to more subs than MBT Elestrals. Smile.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everyone so much for watching. Let us know down below what decks you played in Frostfall and what decks you're going to be throwing away in Daybreak. And instead of doing that as well, make sure to like and subscribe, yada yada. All right, bye-bye.
Use our referral link in order to purchase Daybreak products so that we can make money. Smile. Thank you.